Hello and welcome to the Student StarCraft AI Tournament Weekly Broadcast. This is Nightcat. I will be your host for today, and happy Sunday it is. If you are in the United States, happy early Independence Day. If you are from Canada, happy belated Canada Day. Those are the holidays around this time that I'm aware of, so those are the ones that I am wishing everybody to have had and have happy days for. So today, grabbed a few random games off of the Basel ladder. We're going to go ahead and look through them. So let's just go ahead and get it started here. Get the first one loaded up here, and it is Nightcat T, spawning as the blue Terran up at the top right of La Mancha, going up against Tiasimu, the red Terran down in the bottom left. We've got the top versus bottom colors, even though that's not like a thing that we can switch on and off here with OpenBW, and also I think the game modes or the games aren't even played in top versus bottom anyway, so even if we could and we wanted to, we would not be able to do so in that. Almost shit. Sorry about that. Let's go ahead. There we go. Okay, so looks like we've got the depots coming down for both players. Scout going out for Nightcat T before the barracks is even put down. This actually allows the barracks from Tiasimu to go down a little bit faster. So barracks started here. Now for Nightcat T. So yeah, I just kind of did like what were the last 24-hour games, and just the I'm feeling lucky button on the Lazel battle on the Basel ladder. Excuse me, and just grabbed like about 5 games, so I think we'll be able to get through all 5 here today. Second barracks coming down for Nightcat T, but we've got the factory coming down now for Tiasimu. We've also got cross spawn, which is a bit interesting here. So we see how this goes. Looks like now getting scouted. Going to be able to chase that SCV off. The 2 Marines are going to kind of fall for a little bit there, but they should eventually kind of lose sight of it and just head back. Maybe they're going to be good at tracking it. But regardless, we've got more Marines on the way. Gas is being gathered for Nightcat T, so I think the Academy should be coming down now. Yeah, there it is. Vultures coming out here for Tiasimu. Vultures can pretty much take care of Marines, so we'll see what Tiasimu is going to do with these Vultures as well, taking an interesting path along the side there. SCV coming in here now, gonna go ahead and be repelled. This one Marine's gonna get picked off. Vulture's gonna do its best to micro against this group, but it is slowly taking damage, and so I think it will, yeah, eventually there lose. But there is another Vulture ready to go. Medics coming out now for Nightcat T, gonna be able to heal those injured Marines, or at least some of them. Looks like Tiasimu long distance mining, not quite having the resources yet, I guess, for the command center, but figuring it is more efficient to have a few of the workers be long distance mining as opposed to just getting cluttered on the mineral line here. Mines being laid down by Tiasimu, defensive mines and some forward positioned ones. And we've got tanks on the way now for Nightcat T. So it is getting, they did get up to that factory tech there, but now we have the Vultures here picking on some of the Marines there at the bottom of the ramp. Now we have tank with siege mode for Nightcat T, and should sort of be able to repel this, I think, but a few of the units kind of straggling out there, getting caught up by mines. And now the natural being taken for both players, actually at about the same time. That's pretty interesting to see. I apologize if I sound a little bit congested this morning. I woke up. I seem to be a little bit on the congested side here. Looks like a second add-on going to be added, and maybe even a third add-on being added for Tiasimu, just based on the factories lifting, assuming that they land at some point here. Gas not taken yet. Looks like we've got a starport on the way now. Okay, yeah, there the factory lands. There is a scan going down. Transfer happening from the main to the natural here. Port Nightcat T. second comms hat on the way here. So both players content to kind of sit back. TSCMU was applying some pressure for a little bit there, but is now sitting back now that the natural for Nightcat T has been taken. Now we do have an advance coming here now. There is at least one tank. Siege mode almost done. So mine's in siege mode for TSCMU. Stim and siege mode for Nightcat T. And we've actually got like a little bit of a line forming here. Tank sieging up for TSCMU. We'll see when Nightcat T decides to make a move out here. Looks like TSCMU going for like the contain. Does have a Wraith as well for that vision. Science facility on the way. What are the upgrades right now? Looks like we've got +1 weapons finishing up for TSCMU. Coming close to finishing up for Nightcat T. We've also got armor, for infantry armor coming up as well. Oh, Nightcat T pulling the army back into the main, probably as a result of a scan that went off. So that's going to cause a bit of a jumbled mess there. May create a bit of an opportunity for... Oh, but a tank does siege there. Now we do have the engage of the armies. The marine medics getting chewed up here, but there is a lot of them. Tank gets picked off. That's actually going to allow Nightcat T to sort of push this forward. Looks like the tank's trying to move forward here. Looks like Nightcat T actually going for that third base. TSCMU has taken a third. It looks like it's taking a fourth now. So that force from TSCMU actually gets cleared up because there's just a lot of tanks there from Nightcat T. A few of them a bit damaged, but... Oh, it looks like a fourth base coming up for Nightcat T as well, while that third base is coming up. So like a double expand happening here, but there's no support for the tanks here with this Wraith just plinking away at them. A minefield here going up in between the bases, catching some of the Marines here. Here we have the transfer of the workers to that third there. Yeah, that fourth getting established there for TSCMU. The Wraith's doing a good job of picking off some units here where they can. There is a lot of vultures just kind of watching here. And as I say that, they go ahead and move back a bit. It looks like Nightcat T trying to expand here on the bottom right as well, so the AI is kind of creating like a split map sort of looking situation here. But I think TSCMU is handling the multiple fronts a bit better. Nightcat T's army really getting like pulled into weird directions because of the scans going off in its own bases. TSCMU here pressuring the third. There's two tanks. Nice defense matrix getting down there. Actually, looks like there's another base coming down the top left for TSCMU. TSCMU's up, pretty much been up on bases. Also, this natural getting wiped out here now. And now the bottom right is looking like it's going to fall too. So yeah, TSCMU able to just better manage its army, it looks like, and will be cutting the base count of Nightcat T pretty hard here. Looks like the tanks are looking to try and fall back here. Ooh, those mines took out so many vultures, but it just doesn't matter at this point. There's so much production capability from TSCMU as well. There's just so many factories everywhere. Yeah, now the third is falling, and so it's just going to be the natural that's left mining. The main is mined out. I mean, it was a good effort by Nightcat T. Got a few expansions off and was looking okay for a little bit, but Yeah, once I think the macro engine of TSC pretty much maxed out on supply now, kicked in, it was just going to be more than could be handled. They've got up the +2 weapons and +1 plating on the vehicles, as well as 2-1 for the infantry. But we've got 2-3 on the way for TSC if that +2 isn't done yet. Actually, +2 might be done. Hard to tell. But yeah, it's just left to clean up the main. Good hard fought TVT for our first game of the day. It's just more science vessels being produced there for TSC. Now with all the buildings destroyed, we will get our second game running here, which is going to be Proxy as the Orange Zerg on Icarus, going up against Crazio, spawning as the Red Terran here over on the left side of the map. I'm just gonna grab a quick drink while the early stages here are happening of the game. Alrighty, and so it looks like we're getting a 12 hatchery from Proxy. Or we're getting, 12 pull. Okay. 12 pull with a scout. Scout going out for Crazio. We've got this early gas, so we know this will most likely be a mech build, which is what a lot of the AIs go for in TVZ. So we had a 12 pull 12 hatch, it looks like. From Proxy, we've got Lings on the way here. So Crazio will need to be ready to defend that. The drone will confirm the 2 starting locations that do not have Crazio. Good pickoff of the scout there. The Zergling's kind of having an interesting dancing pattern here in the main. I guess while the main of the opponent is not used, or is not known yet, and then the Zerglings see the SCV there and will converge on it, so that was pretty interesting to see that behavior. And then Bunker does get found as well, and this SCV is going to lead the Zerglings back there. Looks like we've got a 3rd hatchery on the way, so we'll see what tech or what approach Proxy is going to use. We don't have any gas yet, so I'm wondering... Okay, there's the gas, so we got like some sort of 4th hatch play? Okay, we've got a 4th hatchery coming down now. Vultures are out on the map though. It's going to need a sunken to keep that back. It looks like that is morphing a sunken right now, so Vultures not really going to be able to do a whole lot. Would potentially attempt a run by, but if they are slow Vultures, which it looks like they are, it's going to be hard to get past that if anything decides to block. And probably only 1 Vulture is getting by if they're slow, and it's just 2 of them there. And the Zerglings getting a little bit ahead here of themselves, bumping into those Vultures. Lair on the way now. Do we have... Okay, so Zergling speed is almost done. We still don't have Vulture speed, so that will help the Zerglings out against the Vultures here. We can see them starting to be able to catch up and get some damage and actually corner this one. Oh, got some good damage, but it's able to slip away. Vulture speed is on the way, but it is the slower of the 2 Vulture upgrades. So it will be a moment before it can kick in. Vulture almost getting picked off there, but now we've got Goliath as well here to push back the Zergs, so be good. And instead of taking the natural, Crazio's actually taking this top left base. Interesting choice. I'm not sure what drives that decision. Spire is almost done, so we will perhaps see a switch from the Zerglings to the Mulisks, and there we go. The Mulisks in production now, but Proxy's kind of thrown away all of the Zerglings that it had, and it's just got this 1 sunken colony. So it's a little bit worrying of a moment there, where it looks like there was maybe an opportunity if Crazy had been moving forward, like that could have been a bit of a chance to punish there. But Mutalisk's busy chasing the vultures, but this also kind of gives away that the Mutalisk tech is out on the field, and so we just see more Goliaths coming into production for Crazio. Charon boosters already researched, so the Goliaths have that extra range. Mutalisk's diving through the Goliath there. Not really getting a whole lot of shots off, but taking a lot of damage. We had a couple of shots fired, but barely any getting off there, so a bit unfortunate to see that happening. It's like the micro for the Mutalisk's not quite right for the AI there. Mutalisks do give an opportunity, though, to harass into this main, taking out a worker there on that building, forcing the Goliaths to come back into the main. But again, when it's up against the Goliaths, the Mutalisks are just taking a ton of damage here. But Proxy is on 3 base. Crazio is staying back a bit. I mean, there's an opportunity here for Proxy, but it's throwing away its ground army a lot into these vultures. It seems to just be sticking with the Zergling Mutalisk. I don't see any... There is a Hydralisk Den, so there could be a switch to Hydras, but I don't see any hive tech like a Queen's Nest or anything. And we have now this army advancing from Crazio. I think this is going to sort of be the death march here into the main, or into the natural, and then subsequently into the main of Proxy. Mutalisk's trying to engage with this army, but there's just so many Goliaths. And again, with the micro that's happening here, it's like not quite getting off as many shots as it should. And now it's just being a bit afraid to engage, which I can see. I mean, you're losing this base, but you do have this other base here, even though there's nothing mining there at the moment. Now you have to engage at this point, at this choke, because if you just don't, Terran gets up onto this high ground, there's just too many Goliaths. You're not really going to be able to do much of anything, as we can see happening here. I think it did get the Hydralisk then. Let me see, did it get any research out of that Hydralisk then? It looks like it didn't. Would have been nice to see Proxy switch from the Ling Muta play into Muta Hydra with that den. And maybe that was the plan, and it just didn't get the opportunity to do so because that third base never really got up and running. The workers, I don't think, ever really had a safe transfer over to it. And yeah, it's just now this bottom right hatchery and extractor to be taken out, and Crazio will take the win on our second game of the day. So let's get the next one rolling here. We have Mad Mix T spawning as the Orange Terran up at the top left of Andromeda 1.0, and we have Summon Prince spawning as the Red Terran down in the bottom left. So we have ourselves here, TPT, they're both on the left side of the map. Mad Mix T, always a treat to watch. I love how it tries to incorporate pretty much everything out of a race's arsenal into its army and find some use for that unit. Simon Prince getting a bunker in the main. Andromeda is one of those maps as well that has just like that awkwardly shaped main, where a lot of, like I've said before, like the terrain analysis kind of sees like a choke point here and a choke point over here. And so it kind of looks like to some AIs that the main is like just this wide open space to like have a nice convenient choke to use. You'll see sometimes AIs not even use the area over here to build because of that sort of thing. So excuse me, gonna grab another drink real quick. So if you are working on an AI, that is something to keep in mind with this map. And in this case with Mad Mix T, it looks like it does recognize, this whole area is my base despite there being a choke here. It does not recognize, this is sort of being part of, this is another odd terrain feature. because there is this like mineral only here, but this is like sort of still part of the main, right? Because it's like high ground. You've got this ramp. It's really the choke that you should hold. But there's a bunker over here by these buildings, by these neutral buildings. So it's just kind of silly or funny to see that sort of behavior coming out of the AIs. We have Mad Mix T looking forward a bit here. See what's going on. There is a bunker up on the high ground. Gonna go ahead and shoot that vulture down, which it did try to do a run by there, but just the one vulture not quite gonna make it. And interesting, if there's anything giving vision here, like these SCVs could be taken out. You could siege here and just prevent this mineral only from being mined. You know, the machine shop just finishes a second factory on the way for Simon, and we've got siege mode on the way. Siege already done for Mad Mix T, but not really using it at the moment. Doesn't have vision up on that high ground, so it really could be a menace though with that siege mode. Mineral only getting established here for Mad Mix T. Let me just kind of continue to cluster here. Looks like it is going to try and move forward here. Siege mode not getting used just yet. Okay, there's a bit of sieging. Good pool of SCVs to try and fight this back. And actually the force here will get fought back. Successful defend there by Simon. And yet the ramp is just, it can be hard to fight up that. Especially TBT fighting uphill is often not the easier thing to do. Mad Mix T getting a bunker on that low ground there. Going ahead and starting to take that natural base. There's a Wraith. Okay, the Wraith is over there firing. Oh, it gets pulled into the bunker range and does not pull back in time and falls. A little bit unfortunate to see there. I don't know what the bunker by the academy is doing, but it is indeed there. Mad Mix T keeps sending like small squads. Both players playing at pretty low supplies too. Kind of makes me feel like like you're watching a lower level human play, because a lot of times you see them like engaging with like these smaller armies and stuff, and like supply stays low for a good chunk of the game. It's an interesting dynamic to see there, and we've got Mad Mix T here clearing the neutral buildings to be able to access that high ground location there. Wraith going ahead and attacking the SCVs here. Getting some decent kills, actually. Nothing coming over to disrupt this. Meanwhile, Mad Mix T looks like is taking the middle. Now throwing a command center there. Simon doesn't seem to be working on expanding. I think this Wraith pilot's gonna clear the whole thing. What is this, I forget the name of the hero Wraith unit. Tom something. Here comes some more Wraiths. They're like, we want some kills too! Lance Matrix going down. Now, Simon has the defender's advantage here, but with the Sim City, it like can't... The units actually, I don't think they can get out normally. That actually might be the problem. Simon has actually walled itself in with its depots, and only through the stack glitch, and actually we just saw that vulture right there glitch from the high ground to the low ground, which is something you don't see very often. Enough units able to glitch through this wall here to get out and sort of push this back. But it is interesting to see that happen here. And NXT also looking to expand to that left side there now. Yeah, the push from MadMixT having been repelled there by Simon despite this issue. Is MadMixT gonna have to fall back and MadMixT has its own traffic jam as well. Oh boy. What is even happening here? Oh, we've got all these SCVs stuck dancing here. They want to transfer, but can't. The army units can't really move where they want to. We've got this mass. There's a whole bunch of Marine, medic everywhere, but I don't know what is happening this game. We'll go ahead and speed it up a bit until the next bit of action happens. We've got a battle cruiser now. Like, this is what I'm talking about with MadMixT's armies. I love them. Looks like some units getting down here. But there is still this pretty large traffic jam here. It looks like there's a few units that sitting on the ramp here that just refuse to move until they are overlapped by something. Some units want to go up the ramp, some units want to go down the ramp. Ramps are hard. Got some army managing to trickle down here. Okay, now we've got this long chain of Marine medic, but there's still the bulk of the army getting stuck here. Some Marines are getting shots, but yeah, like when this happens, like the units just sort of cluster here and it allows some of them to escape. But then they get stuck in a small vortex there for a bit. Yamato going down on, I think that was a tank. Few workers managed to make their way out and continue mining that mineral only. Oh boy. Simon started to actually come out on the map a bit here now. Battlecruiser there a bit exposed. I thought I heard a ghost, but I'm not sure on whose side it is. Goliaths making their way up to the natural choke. Some SCVs falling here. This battlecruiser is going to fall by itself. Tanks on the high ground not sieging. Yeah, actually, the middle base gets found, and it looks like this will be cleaned up by Simon. Not what I was expecting. But the base is mostly, I mean, the top geysers depleted. The bottom geyser still has some gas. Now, can't see how much gas is left, but the mineral patches are basically done. So that base is essentially open. But now we've got this left base being sieged. I heard a nuke. Where is the nuke? Where? I don't know. The ghost actually might have got picked off, I think. Yeah, I think the ghost. Unfortunately, I cannot, like, just cut back a little bit, but I think the ghost was, like, up here and got picked off by the tanks. New nuke under construction now. But I don't know if there's any ghosts out at the moment. Yeah, there aren't any to launch it, so that's a bit unfortunate. Battlecruiser put in some work on these tanks, but like this is sort of the last hurrah for Simon. Down to 400 minerals, saving those, probably 420 minerals. It's a little bit more now, but probably going to try and save at least 400 for Command Center to expand, but it's like never going to get the worker out to actually expand, unfortunately for it. MadMixT here, trying to push this back. A few more battle cruisers coming out. Oh no, it's gonna nuke itself. Run away from the nuke. Why are all these workers here? He just nukes itself. Just frees up some supply, I guess, but it's not producing any. It's so horribly in shock from that it's just producing one battle cruiser. Oh my. The SCVs going on strike. How dare our own ghosts nuke us? Oh man, that was pretty hilarious. The middle base being taken back, even though that base is pretty much mined out. Feels like Mad Mix T should maybe try expanding up to the top right or something like that. But gonna go ahead and take that base back. Okay, now it is going ahead and taking that top right. Double, actually even triple expanding over to the far right here. I mean, it's pretty much got its pick of the litter in terms of expansions and what it wants to do right now. Vulture going around the map, checking to see if there's any expos. I've lost... Okay, there's the army. So that huge backup that happened here has now cleared up for Mad Mix T. But Mad Mix T's income is just like this one base right now. I mean, there's a lot of production going on. There's another ghost coming in, so we may see yet another nuke. Got some more comm stats coming in. Looks like it maybe just gets one nuke silo. This is interesting, all of the turrets here in this spot. It is very interesting base design, too. Pretty well protected from things like drops and other potential play. Got some of Mad Mix T's army advancing. Again, it's just a matter of when is Mad Mix T going to move in here. Attempting to repair that mid-battle, not going to work out very well. Go ahead and speed things up a little bit until we get the push from Mad Mix T into... Here we go, the army starting to sort of trickle in here. I think the ghost maybe got killed. I heard the nuke launch. Yeah, I don't see a ghost in the nuke position, so I think the ghost unfortunately got picked off. The nuke fell. I was hoping we would maybe get one more nuke like on this like clustered spot here. But it's just going to be able to clear this with all the tanks that it has in the battle cruiser support, with a few Goliaths. Did notice though, there were no fire bats in this, so no fire bat drop ships. Oh, there's the nuke. Right at the end, and the end frame freezes with the nuke mushroom cloud in view. It's pretty awesome. Let me grab a drink real quick, and then we will get our fourth game going today. That was pretty fun game. A little fun TVT there. A bit of control issues there from both sides with some traffic jams in their bases, but overall definitely a fun game. So this one here we have McRave Z spawning as the red Zerg over on the left side of Moonglaive, and we've got TSCMU Random spawning as Terran. The yellow Terran up at the top of the map. Looks like we've got some early scouts going on here. Some very, very early scouts going to reveal the race of TSCMU there when that little SCV pops into view real quick, confirms where its opponent is, and it looks like we've got ourselves a worker rush. TSCMU are doing the SCV worker rush here. How will McRave Z handle this? Looks like McGravesy was good for a 12 hatch. Doesn't even have a pull yet. Some repair going down for TC Muar. The drone's panicking. Oh, okay, now it recognizes. Okay, we need every drone fighting here. There's a bit of overlapping danger here. The extractor finishing up. Looks like the SCVs OP unit here. There's a pretty much. Then why are they not attacking the pool though? They're just gathering around it, watching it morph. McGravesy is not going to have the resources. Oop. I thought I heard something attack for a second there. Oh, now they're going to... Are they attacking the hatchery? Yeah, okay, they are sort of attacking the hatchery. Go ahead and speed this up here. Yes, they are trying to work on this hatchery, trying to perform surgery on it. Looks like, and how they're attacking the larva. Okay, now they're attacking the buildings a bit better. But they just ignored the hatchery at the natural here. Like, guys, do not... Are they scared of what? Do they just not... Are they not recognizing that hatchery? That's a bit... odd. We're just... Huh. Yeah, I get... Maybe they aren't set up to attack buildings that are not at a start location. Yeah, so that went on for an hour. And we just watched that at 64 times speed there of the SCVs dancing. See, a bit of an issue where it's not recognizing that it needs to kill this hatchery, but, I mean, that was pretty well executed worker rush. McGravesy, unfortunately, going for that 12 hatchery play, getting taken out there. So we'll jump with the last game. I didn't know that that's what was happening with this game. I knew it was a longer game, time-wise, but I didn't realize it was going to be that short to watch. But so I have one more game here for us, and it's an AI that I don't think I've seen yet. We have Mick Robot, M-I-C, or Mike Robot, spawning as the yellow Zerg down in the bottom left of Circuit Breakers, going up against the carrier bot Tomas here. Over on the right side, we've got as the blue Protoss, and I'm trying to remember Ximp. XIMP. I was trying to remember the name, the more common name I think that this AI is known by. We will have a fast expansion happening here. Spawning pool on the way. So MIC Robot, from what I saw on its SSCAIT page, is a U Alberta fork. I believe it is a student project. And it should have some changes to the micro. Okay, the drone gets picked off there by Zimp, and we've got cannons coming down. I believe Zimp scouted the pool, so it knows some early aggression is going to be coming here. Actually, I think it needs a second cannon. There we go. Okay, the second cannon might not be in time. Zerglings are on the way. They're crossing the bridge. That cannon is halfway done. The first one just finished. The Zerglings deciding to tear down that building cannon. They could have just run by, I think, and that would have been the more effective play, because then they would have been in that main and just able to disrupt everything that is happening. So that second cannon was just not quite in time. Gateway coming down now, though, for Zip, so gonna have to alter its plans a little bit, not quite able to get the expansion there. Looks like Mick Robot just going ahead, building back up the Zergling count. And actually the scout probe was causing a few problems. And now another dive on the cannon. Didn't get any hull damage on the cannon, unfortunately, and just shield damage, which will repair itself over time. I think if it had waited for the other two Zerglings to get there, Ooh, now, ooh, the cannon falls. There's no cannon now. It's just the probes being pulled. There's a zealot in the mix there, though, so it's okay for the moment, but this is very exposed here. It could just be torn down, but this scout... Oh, the scout probe taking some damage. If the scout probe goes, I think it's going to go, yeah, make robots favor, because now the Zerglings are just going to be free to come in here. Like, robot can see that there's nothing here. There's 3 zealots coming down now, but robot just with the constant Zergling production, going to try and catch this probe here. Does catch it, and now pretty strong Zergling swarm here. They could just dive in on these cannons and take them out before, and trying to get that expansion down, but not quite going to get it. And now the Zergling's getting a good surround on the Zealots. The Zealots fall. Trying to pull these probes, but yeah, there's just, I think, too much here. Good pressure play here from Mick Robot. Doing a good job against Simp, which is an established bot that has pretty decent game plan. Get that expansion, go carriers, hide behind a bunch of cannons. But it's just not quite going to work today. That second cannon was just a little bit too late. If that second cannon had been on time, I think Zimp would have been able to survive. And with that, that is the last game that I pulled for today. Like I said, I thought we were going to get some more time off of game number 4. Didn't realize it was going to be the worker rush madness that it was, but it's still entertaining nonetheless. So I want to thank everybody for tuning in, hanging out, watching the casts. We really appreciate the support. Again, you can watch these live on Twitch on the well, not these ones in particular. These were all taken off the Basil Ladder. There is a Basil Ladder stream. It doesn't stream the games live, but it does stream replays. There is no audio, unfortunately. Just with the setup, the audio is not possible to get. But you can watch that on Twitch. There's also the SSCAIT stream on Twitch. So go ahead, give those a look if you like to watch these AI games. There's just won't be any commentary over top of them at those locations. But again, thank you everybody for tuning in. And we will see you next time. Until then, go ahead and take care, everybody.